The darkness held its breath. Streetlights flickered on wet asphalt, a low rumble, a whisper of tuned engines, and then nothing. The Midnight Club. A myth, a legend whispered in hushed tones, or something very real that haunted the black ribbons of Japan's highways. For years, stories circulated about these phantom racers, daredevils pushing their cars to the limit, chasing the ghosts of speed on Tokyo's Bayshore route, the legendary Wangan. They were a blur in the night, a flash of taillights, gone before you could blink. But who were they? What drove them to these insane speeds, risking life and limb in the dead of night? The answer, like the club itself, was shrouded in secrecy. The story is not just about fast cars and reckless abandon. It's about a brotherhood forged in adrenaline, a dedication to pushing limits, and the intoxicating allure of the unknown. This is the story of the Midnight Club. Picture Japan in the 1980s, the roar of economic growth, neon lights painting the cityscapes, and a generation yearning for an outlet, for something more. From this cauldron of energy, the Midnight Club emerged. It wasn't about illegal street racing, not in the traditional sense. These weren't delinquents looking for trouble. They were engineers, businessmen, people with a passion for cars that ran deeper than the average gearhead. They craved the freedom of the open road, the thrill of pushing their machines to the absolute limit. The Wangan, with its long straights and minimal traffic at night, became their playground. Word spread through underground channels. Enthusiasts, tinkerers, speed freaks, all drawn to the allure of this secret society. But entry was not easy. The Midnight Club sought only the best, the most dedicated. This wasn't about winning pink slips or bragging rights. The Midnight Club was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Their cars were their canvases, their tools for self-expression and engineering prowess. They poured their souls into their machines. Skyline, Supras, RX-7S transformed into monsters of speed. Engines were tuned to within an inch of their lives. Body kits weren't about aesthetics, they were about cheating the wind. Hundreds of horsepower squeezed out of engines designed for a fraction of the output. These weren't just cars, they were testaments to the dedication and ingenuity of their owners. The pursuit of speed was relentless. The Wangan became a proving ground, a high-speed laboratory where they tested their skills and their machines against the limits of physics. Section 4, Faces in the Night, the cars and the characters. Legends rose from the asphalt, names whispered with a mix of awe and fear. Smokey Nagata, the Phantom Tuner, rumored to have hit 200 miles per hour on public roads. His black Supra, a weaponized work of art. There were others. The Blackbird, a Porsche 911 so heavily modified it was barely recognizable. The Devil Z, a Fairlady Z with a legacy as dark as its paint job. Each car and driver a story in itself. These were more than just racers. They were artists, engineers, pushing the limits of what was possible. Their names became synonymous with a level of driving skill bordering on the supernatural. But the club guarded its secrets closely. Identities were protected. The outside world rarely saw their faces, only caught glimpses of their handiwork as they disappeared into the night. Section 5, the Code of the Road Warriors. The Midnight Club was shrouded in secrecy, but it wasn't chaos. Strict rules governed their dangerous game. Respect for the machine, for the road, and for each other was paramount. New members faced a grueling initiation, months of observation, their driving skills and dedication ruthlessly scrutinized. Only the best, the most disciplined, earned the right to wear the club's insignia. Safety, as much as it could be, was paramount. Racing on public roads was one thing, endangering innocent lives was another. Routes were carefully planned, traffic meticulously avoided. Above all, there was a code of silence. What happened on the Wangan stayed on the Wangan. This unspoken oath protected the club, but it also added to its mystique, fueling the legends that swirled around it. Section 6. Living on the edge, danger as a passenger, speed like this, it's a drug. Addictive, exhilarating, dangerous, and the Midnight Club danced with danger every time they hit the asphalt. Stories of near misses and high-speed chases with the police became the stuff of legend. Mechanical failures at 150 miles per hour, the ever-present threat of a crash, these were occupational hazards. The Wangan itself was a treacherous beast. Tight curves, concrete barriers waiting to punish any mistake. One lapse in concentration, one twitch of the steering wheel could be fatal. And yet, they pushed on, driven by the need for speed, the thrill of the chase, the camaraderie of those who understood this dangerous dance. But the line between life and death was thin, and it would eventually claim its due. Section 7. Fade to black. The end of an era. All legends, no matter how bright, must eventually fade. For the Midnight Club, the end came with a tragedy. A high-speed crash, a life lost, and the spotlight of unwanted attention. The police, long aware of the club's activities, cracked down. The Wangan, once a playground, became a hunting ground. The risks, always present, became too great. The club, in a move that cemented its legendary status, disbanded. They chose to vanish back into the shadows, leaving behind a legacy of speed and whispered stories. The Midnight Club may be gone, but their spirit lives on. In the hearts of those who crave the open road, in the whine of a finely tuned engine, in the blur of a car disappearing into the night. They were a reminder that sometimes the greatest journeys are measured in heartbeats, not miles.